Greetings, all my moon watchers out there. This is Gina with Bloody Secrets. This week's episode is called The Lioness. You know, women are often compared to felines and other animals like snakes, right? Because of this undulation, this rhythm that they have in their bodies, and it speaks to the rhythms of our own body, right? So I've been thinking about this lioness, this energy, the different types of lions that there are, and I've correlated them with parts of the cycle. And I thought maybe it would help a little bit if we had this idea that we knew what kind of lion we were going to be, yeah, at certain times of the month. So there's this period of time, period after the period. So the day after your blood stops all the way up until ovulation is what I call the playful lion, right? It's a more extroverted time. The hormones are increasing steadily, and we start to find that we want to connect more, we are more articulate, things just want to happen for us, right? We're in experimental mode, we're trying new things, and then we hit our ovulation, and this is like a blooming. It's a moment of blooming. You know, your hormones are rising. You're like a flower, looking toward the sun, and then when the peak of the day, boom, that's like the ovulation, yeah. And then after that day, all the way up until the bleeding time, you've got a decrease of hormones slowly going down. So it's like whatever was happening in the beginning of the cycle is now kind of happening in reverse. So you've got a little bit of foggy brain, right? The neurons aren't firing as fast. You can't really, you're not clear, you can't speak clearly, you're stuck on your words sometimes, right? You feel more internal, you feel like you're getting more sensitive. This part of the cycle I call the ferocious lion, right? Stay away from me, I'm irritated. Because we are becoming more sensitive. So this is a time for more internal workings, right? Stay in a little bit more. This is a time for refining, for masterminding, for crafting, doing those things that require some organization, right? And also we're in that preparatory mode because we've been observing ourselves, hopefully, and journaling perhaps on our moods and discussing with friends and how we're doing. And then we go into the bleeding time. And the bleeding time, you know, what happens is we go into somewhat of a trance, right? There's this ethereal energy, right, happening. So I call this the sleeping lion. For me, it's a bit of a hibernation, the moon time. So once I hit the blood, boom, you know, all of those hormones, they just go level. It's the only time of the month. So at the end of the ferocious, right up into this sleeping lion, there's this, right, so the hormones going down, 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 down. And then right before the moon cycle, in the most ferocious of ferociousness, the estrogen goes boop, and then boom, right? So those hunger cravings that we get, estrogen is correlated to brain circuitry, and the brain is the hungriest organ, and that's why you need food. Your brain is asking for food because it's going into hyperspace, boom, and then we land into our moon cycle. So there's this upshoot, and then a drop, and then a leveling out. And that's why we go into that sleeping, we go into that trance, because now the hormones are actually like, right, taking that breath. So actually I have a breath to help us be in that cycle of like external energy, internal energy, and then a pause. External energy, internal energy, and a pause, that we can breathe like that. And that breath would look like an inhale, exhale, and then hold the breath. Inhale, exhale, and then pausing here. So we can bring that breath into our day anytime where the mind is going crazy or you feel like you're out of sync. You can always connect with that part of your cycle, that you can connect with the breath that, you know, replicates the energy of the cycle. So remember, you've got your playful lion, super outward, super connecting, super experimenting with all of the things that you've just taken, right? So it's a circle. It's hard to talk about things in a circle when you're teaching. See, and makes sense. So you're playful, more external. You've got your celebration, and then you've got your internal energy, and then you've got your pause. And then you go back out into the world, right, with the new information. So there's the experimental, there's the celebration, there's the masterminding, and then there's this beautiful pause where you're just listening. Okay, energy. Okay, universe, bring it. What do you have for me? And at the same time, making an offering. Because if it's one thing I've learned in Maui, is that nothing really shows up for you in the way that it's supposed to unless you apply the gratitude, unless you apply what you're thankful for. And that is something I've learned. It's so true. So in the offering, you wrap it in gratitude, right? And then you go back out into the world and you're like, okay. And then you can also schedule all of your life around this energy, right? Okay, well, I know if I'm going to organize, I'm going to save it for this time when I really want to get rid of things and move things out and shift. And then, you know, if I want to meet with somebody, it's really important. I want to be on my game. I want to be speaking. I want to be, you know, in a place where I can be articulate and my thoughts can really, you know, fly and I can be myself. So remember, you know, when you're in the play, you're feeling confident, feeling good, celebrating, and then heading back in. And then there's like some doubt, some questions popping in. Those are there for a reason. We talked about this in the other video. So that is the cycle that we need to be paying attention to. Observing ourselves within the cycle of where our brain activity is, right? Where the hormones are playing in. And also what foods to eat, which we will cover in a much later video. But I'm super excited because this leads us into more practices. And I know a lot of feedback that I've been getting that people really love so far, that the little tips and techniques that they can get. The next part of this series is going to cover that, and we're going to go into some more breathing techniques and some self-massage techniques and some yoga techniques and some qigong techniques, and maybe sing some songs, whatever. It's really up to us. We create this together. The idea is to get in touch with the simple and the basic. And I've done a lot of research, or I'm still doing a lot of research, and what I'm finding is that the really oldest, simplest, subtlest practices are the most powerful. So as you're learning them, your mind's going to be like, blah, 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 I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. But you know what? It's the dissolving. It's the dissolving of the ego and the returning of the heart. Returning of the heart vibration. Yeah? Sound good? Okay. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please write to me. And I'm here for you. Blessings and enjoy your moon cycle.